You've definitely seen the headlines about Tesla's robotaxis, right? The numbers everyone throws around seem to paint this picture of really sluggish progress. But what if that's not the whole story? Not even close. Let's dig in and find out what's really going on.
So that's the big question here, isn't it? Are the numbers we keep seeing giving us the full picture? Or is what we're being shown just the tiniest tip of a massive, massive iceberg? Okay, so this is the number 430. This is the one you see plastered all over the internet, coming from the popular Robotaxi tracker site. It seems so simple, just a straightforward count. And for a lot of people, this single number has become the end of the story, proof that Tesla's progress is, well, just not happening.
So, yeah, let's start there. Let's talk about this number that everyone sees because it's the foundation for this whole narrative.
It's kind of crazy how one little data point can create an entire story, right? Critics grab this number and just run with it, declaring the project a failure. It totally shapes news articles, how investors feel, and what the public thinks. But what if that number is just wrong? And this is where the story starts to get really, really interesting. Let's start poking some holes in that count. And trust me, these aren't just little cracks. They're more like giant craters. And get this, to see just how off this tracker is, we don't even have to look at Tesla. Let's just look at how it tracks Waymo. In Austin, it misses about 30% of their cars. Not great, but okay. But then look at the San Francisco Bay Area. It's undercounting Waymo's fleet by a staggering 92%. That means for every 10 cars Waymo has, the tracker sees less than one. That's not just a little off. It proves the method they're using is fundamentally broken.
So, if we can't trust the tracker, what are the real numbers for Tesla? Well, let's go straight to the source. Back in their January earnings call, Tesla execs were on record saying they already had over 500 robotaxis active. That was months ago, and it's already way more than the tracker is showing today.
But hold on, it gets even bigger. We have official filings that show Tesla registered the paperwork for 1,655 robotaxis, and that's just for the San Francisco Bay Area alone. You don't file that much paperwork unless you're dead serious about getting those cars on the road. So when you piece all this together, it becomes pretty clear. The real number of active Tesla robotaxis is almost certainly over 1,000, and it's growing fast. That public number isn't just a little bit wrong, it's off by a huge, huge margin. But you know what? This story is about so much more than just counting cars. That's just the beginning. The real advantage, the real game changer here, is the intelligence inside those cars. Tesla's VP of AI, Ashok Kowalgi, recently shared this incredible story about what he calls real-world intelligence. Picture this. A Tesla robotaxi is driving along, and it spots a truck way, way up ahead. It doesn't just see a truck, it understands that a complex situation is developing, and it decides all on its own to back up and find a completely different route. It didn't wait to get stuck, it thought ahead. And that right there, that highlights the massive difference. While Tesla's AI is showing this kind of proactive reasoning, what do we keep hearing about from competitors? Those infamous freezing events where the cars just get confused and stop. They block traffic, sometimes even block emergency vehicles. One is designed to avoid problems before they even happen. The other is still creating them. Now, this kind of intelligence doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's built on a foundation of unique and radically efficient hardware. This is where we get to the absolute core of Tesla's long-term strategy. Let's start with the nuts and bolts. Tesla China's VP Grace Tao recently confirmed that a Tesla drive unit has just 20 moving parts. 20! Now, compare that to the hundreds, sometimes thousands, of moving parts in a regular gas car's engine and transmission. Fewer parts means it's dramatically more reliable, and it's way, way simpler to build at a massive scale. This is a fundamental advantage that's almost impossible to overstate. And now for the brain of the operation. Elon Musk pointed out that their custom AI computer is an edge computer. That means the supercomputer is physically inside the vehicle. It's so efficient, it can achieve that real-world intelligence using a tiny fraction of the power of a giant power-hungry data center GPU. They aren't trying to stream autonomy from the cloud, they are building it right into the car. That is a huge deal for speed, reliability, and scalability. So, when you combine this radically simple hardware with that hyper-efficient AI, you unlock something truly unique. a real, viable path to global scale. And we're already seeing this play out. While competitors are geofenced, stuck operating in just a few specific cities, Tesla is pushing for approval in the Netherlands. There's a lawmaker in South Korea live streaming successful FSD tests right in Seoul. The same core technology works everywhere because it's designed to understand the world, not just a few pre-mapped city blocks. This whole package, the hardware, the software, and the global approach, it unlocks a possibility so revolutionary, it completely changes the entire conversation about fleet size. Because Tesla has been building the necessary hardware into their cars for years now, there are over 3 million vehicles already on the road that could, with a software update, potentially join the Robotaxi network. 3 million. Suddenly, a fleet of 1,000 active cars doesn't seem so big anymore, does it? So, if the number everyone quotes is flat out wrong, if the AI is smarter than we think, and if the potential fleet is already in the millions, what does that actually mean for our cities, for the very idea of owning a car, for the entire future of transportation? It suggests the real story isn't in the headlines today, but in the millions of cars being built and driven all over the world right now.